Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Taffy, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Here's our YouTube file. We will go ahead and grab up a new run. We need stuff with... We don't have I guess we could do an Azazel run. Yeah, I mean, at some point we gotta do them, so... Excuse me. It is cold and snowy here. I am kind of, kept... I'm housebound. It's only a foot of snow. I mentioned this in the last video that in Idaho this would be a joke, but here it's not just that it's not just that the snow is unusual here, but it's also that the city for the most part doesn't have the means with which to remove it. So you know, my trash is still out from last night. The garbage men usually come by at the crack of dawn to remove it, but they haven't been able to get here because frankly the city just doesn't have a lot of like snow plows at its disposal to come back through and clean up. So yeah, you know, there's still a foot of snow and my garbage is still out there waiting to be picked up, and no plows have come through the street, and I'm housebound and sort of bored and stir crazy, and my wife isn't really all that keen on me going to the gym from here because I don't know what streets have been cleared off. I don't know where it's safe to travel, and don't want to get into an accident, and don't necessarily trust the other drivers to understand how to navigate snow. It seems that about 40% of the Facebook posts that I see from people that live in Richmond right now are from people basically saying, hey, if you don't know how to drive in the snow, you should probably just stay home. And so, it doesn't make me necessarily want to go flaunt my peen to the world about, hey, look, I can spin cookies and navigate the snow with ease. It makes me want to stay in and not go out and get broadsided by somebody in a Cadillac Impala. Chevy Impala? It's a Chevy Impala Cadillac. Some massive, land cruising boat with high center of gravity and weighs 9 tons. Some hoopty to slide into me and do damage to my sort of fragile Mercury Mariner that looks like it costs a lot more money than it really does. So, I'm home. I might as well make the best of it. I've got this frog stuck in my throat. That's what I get for blowing frogs. So I thought I'd make the best of it and try to record. I'm going to do this, and then Darkest Dungeon, and then I might do another episode of this. I don't know, man. Man, I'm sorry. I'm dying here with this whole... I don't know if something just went down the wrong pipe or what. I felt really good, was talking to Grayson and the missus before I came in to record, and then the moment I hit the record button, all of a sudden I've got the bubonic plague and an upper respiratory infection. So, Hierophant card is good. I guess I'll power through the Azazel run. The Azazel run, it's like, we're already playing on not hard mode, so to start off with Brimstone and the ability to fly, oh, you don't have any health. Well, now I do. Now I have a shitload of health. And it's cool. I guess you kind of gauge into it that you're probably going to go to boss rush. What you ultimately... I don't know. I don't want to say you and lump you guys all in with me, but what I normally do when I have Azazel is I try to make it basically as overwhelmingly powerful as possible, and then just speed through. Oh my god, are you serious, game? We get Holy Mantle, which means we get a free hit in every room, on top of already being about 3 floors more powerful than we start as with most other characters. So, yeah, now we're looking for, I don't know, Shielded Tears, if that works with Azazel's short Brimstone Blast. I would look for actual Brimstone for the ability to turn this into a crazy run. I would take Mom's Knife at this point. Anything I can do to sort of move this along. I don't dislike Azazel runs, but I'd prefer the challenge of, say, a Blue Baby run or an Eve run or a Samson run to being in a place where you start the game with relative ease. So there's our caffeine pills, which is exactly what it says it is. We have this pill, which I'm going to wait to take. Get a bomb from the Book of Sin. We'll probably get a lump of coal here from the Krampus fight, which couldn't be less useful. We'll get, ahead of Krampus. Screw it, we'll take that. That's fine. That's a something. Puberty's a nothing. I'm going to come down here and check for the secret room. And it's not there. And I don't know where it is because there's no kind of clear-cut place for it after that. And we'll mosey, and this will be an insanely fast fight through the catacombs, I think. I didn't need to do that, but once again, it's like, you know, just blow through. We can fly. The ability to fly right off the bat is one of those things that's kind of stupid. Feels stupid unfair, too. Oh, jeezy Pete's. There we go. If I had been a little more ambitious, I actually would have cheesed that so that those guys blew up some of those mushrooms for me. Hoping for maybe a magic mush, but, you know, once again, it's all about your time invested here. We have to do these Azazel runs, so let's blow through them as swiftly as humanly possible. I forget that we totally get Holy Mantle on these rooms. I wanted to see if I could bait him into a brimstone shot. Yeah. Grayson's having fun in the snow. I think at some point I have to go build a snowman with him tomorrow. I didn't mean to make that sound like I was gonna have to do community service. It doesn't feel that way, but at some point I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go out and get cold. I'm gonna have to go out and just be okay with getting cold. You know, there's certain creature comforts you become accustomed to when you move from a mountainous area to a place that's like on average about 70 degrees, if not warmer, and you accept the fact that those days. I remember I went on tour with the children's theater that I worked with to Buffalo, New York in February, and the wind chill on the night that I was there, it was a blizzard night. They were shutting down interstates. We ended up huddled at a Cracker Barrel outside of like Syracuse or someplace like that, where we could sit while they waited to open up the roads. And ended up in Buffalo. It was negative 19 degrees the wind chill was, and that was just one of those points in times where I want to say my wife was the one who said, these people have to realize that they could move somewhere else. I don't understand why humans would choose to live like this. And I was just like, baby, it's Buffalo. Like, their town smells like Cheerios. How could you get upset living in a place that smells like Cheerios? And then I stepped outside. I mean, like, I went to Niagara Falls when it was negative 19 degrees, and it was really... I'm ultimately going to have to say that it was worth the trip, and that's because of the fact that the trees around... Like, when the falls come down, water comes up in the form of mist, and when the mist goes up towards the Canadian-American borders, it pushes with this, you know, this breeze of a waterfall, and there are trees on each side. And so with it being so cold, the water would go, you know, aerosol, I guess you could call it. The mist would go up, it would blow the trees back, but then they would freeze before they had a chance to move back forward. So all the trees were windswept and frozen back, and I thought that was really, really cool. So I mean, I saw the beauty, and like I said, man, they got a Cheerio factory there. So every once in a while, when the Cheerio factory goes to work, the entire town smells like fresh cereal. Oh, that's like, oh, yes. I used to live next to a Nilla wafer factory. It's the same thing. Here in Richmond, out by the airport, I had a actor housing that I was in, and I lived right next to a factory that made Nilla wafers, and I can't even begin to tell you how terrific that is. To have the outdoors smell like vanilla and baked good. So, you know, I see the charm, Buffalo. My wife is a beach girl, so you can't hold her at fault. I stand blameless for any of the views and opinions expressed by my loving wife who hates the cold. Yeah, man, it's hard not to get glum about Azazel runs. I guess that's where I am right now, is that I'm trying to talk myself up because there's no risk. There's no inherent risk involved in this right now. I don't know what I would have to do to make this run go poorly for us. So there's really just all I can mentally do to prepare myself for this is to sort of say, okay, well, we'll get to these places where we can make it an even more powerful run as fast as humanly possible. We could use money. I would love to go to the shop, but without having 15 cents, it doesn't really feel like it's in the cards for us. Lots of consumables. I can't remember. We unlocked what? The catacombs last time? I'm not really sure. I'm mentally not in a place where I'm unlocking all the characters. Like, I'm trying to think of what it is we need to do, and I don't know what the checklist is for that. Virgo does stuff and things. Speaking of not knowing anything about what the characters do, I don't know what any of the... Not any of... So yeah, ultimately I think that's what we'll end up trying to do. We'll end up trying to go to as many devil rooms and as much of the boss trap room and stuff as we can. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into our boss fight. If we're gonna have an overpowered run, let's go ahead and have an overpowered run. Holy hell. We did get Spelunker Boy out of this, so that's, you know, that's not for nothing. But, you know, we did get Spelunker Boy out of this. I don't know, I've watched a lot of Agent Carter. You know what, let's do this. Let's go here, and then... we might as well. Let's blow this up, fight the angel. Let's turn these lemons into lemonade. If we feel like we're entirely overpowered, let's take a minute to put our money where our mouth is and see if we can prep ourselves for a deal, a fight with... I don't know if we can get the fight with Mega Stan. Can we get the fight with Mega Santa? I don't know, man. We're gonna find out. Sorry once again about this raspiness that is limiting me in my ability to talk to each of us. You're gonna think I'm silly for saying this, but at this point, even with all the things that have gone our way, I would still 100% pick up guppy items. Oh, hey. Do you remember picking up the virus? I don't even remember picking up the virus. I don't even know when that came into our acquisition, when that joined our menagerie of items. I feel weird being in a place where I could actually take damage thanks to Holy Mantle. Like, that's an absurd concept for me to wrap my head around. What do you mean I could get hurt? Well, I couldn't get hurt in all the other rooms. I feel betrayed. Yeah, I feel betrayed about the fact that it's like, okay, game, if you're going to make it ridiculously easy, let's have the most overpowered run we've ever had. Darkest Dungeon just went up on the cave. I'm having a really swell reception from that. I'm also realizing that I'm not very good at it, but I'm learning. I'm learning and I'm picking it up. But once again, as always, it's sort of this resource allocation and management part that's tricking me out. But I have faith that we'll pull things through and pull things together. I want PhD so bad. Oh, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Speed up is fine, but at least now we'll know what those pills are as we pick them up. It's nothing worse, man, than you're having a decent run and you get a pill and you're like in that spot where you take it and you run the risk of getting a bad trip or, God forbid, a tears down, which I think is even worse than losing health. So if nothing else, when you get PhD, you get to eliminate the guesswork of having to try before you buy on so many things. Oh... I definitely need to go out and exercise. I can't sit in here all day. I have to find something to do. Sitting inside. Oh my god, what's going on over there? Sitting inside, waiting for the snow to thaw, which is not gonna. We're not even gonna get above freezing until sometime mid this weekend. But sitting inside, waiting for it to get pleasant again is gonna be the absolute death of me. I'm going stir crazy as it is. It's day one. I can't even imagine how you people up in Boston are handling this. I don't... Yo no comprendo. I can't make it okay what's happening to you guys up there. And from what I can tell, you know, most people are handling it like champs, but you guys are getting like a blizzard per weekend. I'm not gonna take a deal with the devil. Okay. Well. Yeah. 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 Let's do it. But Taffy, no, you can't take Mom's knife. It's way overpowered. Dude, we started with Brimstone and the ability to fly. Like, you really can't crawl up my ass about this. I didn't do this, the game did. And if this helps us get through these Azazel runs faster, then so be it. Like, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer on you, Azazel. It's not because you're black. It's because you start off entirely overwhelmingly dominant compared to everything around you, and you have nowhere to go but up unless you have like the world's worst RNG for the beginning of the run. So even if you get average items from there, there's nothing to be done except for go forth, conquer, and do it in such a way that makes you feel sorry for the game as though you did something wrong. So, you know, I'll take the Mom's knife for the ability to cut through this game like warm butter. I'll take Krampus's head for the ability to reach the stuff that I can't reach on the other side of a big room. You know, or just to speed through something like that. I guess at this point, if we could get the battery, I would be down for the battery so that we could recharge these Krampus head shots a lot faster. Because I really do think that at this point, if we're going to dominate this game in such an overpowering, yeah, as long as we got PhD, in such an overpowering way, we might as well go for the gusto. I would take Polyphemus at this point. I would take, oh jeez, I would still go after Guppy. I'm not taking it. I did it last time. I did it actually on the last game. We got Mom's Knife and Tiny Planet. I have no idea how they do the random number generation on this, but I feel like once in a while you'll get in a rut where you see the same items over and over and over again. And then, like, the first week that I had the game, I saw 2020 all the time. And I was just like, oh my god, this is my new favorite item. And now I never see it anymore. I don't remember the last time I picked up 2020. You know, but you get into a situation where you get Mom's Knife and Tiny Planet on back-to-back runs, or there was a stretch a little ways back where we got Magic Mushroom and the Halo on 2 runs in a row. Alright, so I am going to save. Alright, we got the negative. We didn't get to deal with the devil, which kind of blows my mind a little bit. But we did get the boss rush room, which is something we need for every single one of these characters anyway. And I am actually going to take Gimpy, I think. It's not a sexy pick, but Gimpy is going to allow us to run the blessing, the blessing of the chance of, oh man, I feel like I wasted our Holy Mantle there. We get the opportunity, should we make a mistake, to come back and get a Spirit Heart for it. So, hopefully, we will leave this place no worse than when we started, pretty much at the health cap. And every time we also get hit, we're going to get the buff of the negative, which is going to deal out Necronomicon-style damage to the rest of the room. It's only the second time we've been able to do boss rush on this particular series of videos. I know at this point now the allure of this room is gone, but man, you know, if you'd told me before Rebirth came out that there was going to be a room not even halfway through the game where you would have to fight every single first floor boss in rapid fire succession, I don't know that I would have believed that it was fun. I don't know that I would believe that there'd be any situation under which people could convince me to go here of my own volition. And be like, oh, well, you get to pick 4 items, or, you know, you get to pick from 4 items. Like, oh, so it's like a chest before the chest, and they're like, no, you get to pick from 4 items, and I'm like, right, you get to take 4 items. Like, no, you get to, oh shit, sorry me, you get to take 1 item out of the 4, and then you get 1 at the end. And I was like, I would say to that essentially, so you get to pick 1 item, and then if you survive, you get to pick another item after you're done fighting something like 16 bosses in a row that have no health debuffs. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't even understand why that would be in the game. Why would anyone choose to do that? And yet, at the same time, anytime you get a run that starts off powerfully and you think an opportunity's on the horizon to possibly tackle that, I don't know about you, man, but I get a little giddy. I get a little excited about it. Alright, Bloat's gotta go first, because that's what's driving me insane, is trying to navigate him. Why is everything that we got on this floor a champion, it feels like? Is that just me? Am I making that up? I feel like every one of these has been a special version. Maybe it's because it's Azazel, I don't know. We didn't pick up champion belt, I know that for sure. There we go. Let's see if we can just sort of navigate our way through this. I would love to, I was going to say, I'd love to line death up right there. See, once again, champion war. That's fine. We're in a place where it's easy to deal with it, but if I'd just gotten kind of lucky on a couple of room layouts and had just picked up 1 damage upgrade and a skinny odd mushroom, if this was what I was dealing with for boss rush, I would be miserable and kind of upset right now. Hey, the nail's in the basement. Good, good, good. And we get Infestation 2, which I think is totally worth our time. You know, there's no reason not to take the Eternal Heart here. Just because of the simple fact that we don't have the Polaroid, and we don't even have the ability to get the Polaroid yet, so yeah, onward and upward. I'm just gonna do my best to burn through these levels as fast as humanly possible. I would still like Guppy. I mean, like I said, screw it. If you're gonna go all the way. We still have the Fool card. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to fight this room. I just wanted to see what it had to offer. I don't see any tinted rocks. Not that we need them, other than we need to blow them up so that we can get the small rock with, well, not with more frequency at all. Would be the change there, is that it would actually happen that we could get the small rock as a buff. I don't see it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at it. There we go. God. This is so good. This is too good. No Isaac character should have this much power over the game. I feel like we're, is this utero? It really is, huh? It feels wombish. It feels very woomy. Very woomy for a okay, I'm sorry, the puns. The puns are bad. The puns are bad, I'll give you that. Yeah, man, I feel like there's part of me that feels like I'm responsible to, like, run my health down just to manufacture some drama here. Hey, we got... Oh, shit. I did that on accident. Is that really a thing? I don't understand what just happened there. Just touching it? Alright, well, we don't need this money. I kind of didn't want to do that to begin with. Alright, cool. You know, but as long as we have this money, we might as well donate it to this fine young bald gentleman here. Just working his way through school, trying to get his college education, take care of his sick grandmother. Thank you for the compass. Man, oh man, tell your grandmother to come find me. I'll blow some wind into those dusty bagpipes. I don't care. For the compass, believe it. There are things that I'd rather not discuss that I would do for the compass. If I'd known that had been the situation, I would have been more forthcoming. Teratoma. Meet, we're basically Guppy right now, I'm just realizing. How do we not get a deal with the devil there? Like, I feel overqualified for the position of deal with the devil on any of these given floors. Yeah, so I don't feel obligated to go mess with any of that. I feel like maybe I'm gonna sit here and farm up some spiders. Or use the spiders to get the kill. We got this half a key. I was really hoping to fight Megastan. I don't even know if we can fight Megastan. Maybe the door does... I can't remember, it's been so long. Maybe the door doesn't show up until we've gotten the key pieces. If that's the case, that's too bad, man, because I was 100% ready to fight angels this whole way. Man, with Holy Mantle, we can just tank these endgame bosses, too. Holy Mantle, Mom's Knife, Poison Touch. I'm just gonna walk through these levels. Now, there's our Holy Mantle shot for here. That's fine. I'm so not worried about taking damage at this point. On to Shoal. I'll be so happy to get the chests. I'll be so happy to get the chests. I won't always go to the chests, but hey, experimental treatment is awful. But we did unlock Eve, so that means we got another character to play. I hate experimental treatment. It, you know, I'm told that it does one thing. I'm told that it... I'm told on the screen it does one thing, and then I'm told by aficionados of the game that it does something completely different, that it basically doesn't do exactly what it says, when it says it pushes all of your stats up and then shuffles them. I think that I've heard that the shuffling part actually happens, but that the actual guaranteed buff doesn't so much happen. I guess we'll take Explosive Diarrhea with us. For the second I thought the compass was a room. I was like, oh man, I want to go to that room that looks like a compass. Alright, so we'll go dispatch Satan with great haste. And I can't imagine that the lamb's going to be much more difficult. Why do we have so many spirit hearts? Does anyone remember exactly why that came to be? I don't remember what we did that... Oh my god. I can't remember what we did that guaranteed us that many spirit hearts. Did we just find them laying about? I guess so. Speed up, absolutely. Anything I can do to move this along. They can't all be like this. And that's actually a good thing. Like, I joke about liking overpowered runs, but... Mercy. Like, just... Where was the challenge in this run? If you're still here, thanks for supporting the channel. I can't imagine what else could have possibly made you desire to be here this long. It certainly wasn't the narrative or the drama of the run. Oh, I can't believe I took damage there. Is that a serious thing? Is that something we're really doing now? 2 hits. I'm 2 hitting him. Alright, go ahead and put a foot down. Thank you. Wow. That's 2. Onto the lamb. Come on. Let's just get this farce over with. Demon Tail has appeared in the basement. Just nailing off a laundry list of stuff. Now if we find Dad's key, I will happily fight Mega Satan. I will 100% fight Mega Santa. No guppy items, man. Red chests everywhere. No guppy items. The game's being so unfair to me, man. I told my dad I wanted a BMW. He got me a Lexus. How am I supposed to show up to high school in this thing? Womp womp womp. Little Haunt's great. I love Little Haunt. I wish, you know, we'd take some of these items and space them out over less impressive runs. Wow, that happened. The Infestation 2 shot is so stupid good. It's hard for me to think of maybe a more underappreciated item than an item that basically gives you the Guppy Fly ability, but it doesn't look as sexy as the Guppy Fly setup, so people have a tendency to be like, oh, well, I mean, I guess it's good. It's spiders, I suppose. Like, yeah, dude, it's spiders, but they do the same amount of damage. How am I supposed to get down there? Is it to the right here? Thank God for all these speed-ups. Yeah, you know, I love overpowered runs, but there's piercing shots. See, I would love to spread Little Haunt and Cupid's arrows, piercing shots out over a couple of different runs where you weren't having that kind of luck, where you're just like, oh, okay, well, I got Yum Heart and Dead Sea Scrolls and Mom's Pad all right in a row. But yeah, you know, I just picked up piercing shots, and I just picked up piercing shots, and I just picked up Little Haunt. So things are starting to look up, but here they're just complete afterthoughts. And you know, I love me some overpowered runs, but you know, when you get to a place where the danger is almost completely removed, then it just becomes laborious. There we go. Mini polycephali. That's that. Let's go pretend like this is gonna. Oh man, I hope we can finish this fight. All right. Why am I even not tanking this right now? There we go. Let's just dance in there. We even got the what is it, the holy water in on the fight. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you laboring through that one with me. Hopefully they won't all be like that. Maybe I'll post 2 on the day that I post this one just to make up for it. You know what? I'm gonna. The moment that this one goes up there's another one going up right after it, because this one had to happen. But that doesn't necessarily mean I was pleased about how A, fast it was, and B, kind of lacking in drama. So, hey, Demon Babies appeared in the basement. Cool. Thank you guys for tuning in on behalf of the denizens in the cave. Another episode of The Binding of Isaac is happening right about now.